So, we're there. The heaviest, deepest, darkest. My Les Paul Silverburst. Alright, so there you are. So it's all mahogany, it's set neck, it's a Les Paul, not quite a Les Paul copy. Look, if you see the lower bow. It's proper thickness though. I love this guitar. I don't know what it is. We think it might be an AXL. There was no logo or anything. I put this on out of a piece of like shielding tape and a sticker out of the orange sticker set. But very quickly, I'm just going to play that again, and we'll go through the pickup sounds there. So starting off with the neck. Now into the middle. Bridge. So yeah, there it is. I absolutely adore this guitar. As you can see, I've done a couple of little things to it. You know, I put some chrome bits on it. Like I put the knobs and switch gears on it. I took the poker chip off. I mean, this guitar was a bit skanky, a bit ganky when I got it, but like the neck's dead true. It's all dead straight. This was like the first guitar I got to, you know, as part of this studio, as like part of, you know, the first of the studio sounds. And this is the great thing. I remember like one night walking the dog where I live here and exploring the town when I first like moved here. Yeah, it's nearly a couple of years ago now. But I've been here about 3 or 4 months, and you know, got to bear in mind I was homeless before that, so all my stuff was stored all over the place, so it's a case of getting it all up here. And if you see some of my early videos from when I moved up here, you can see like I didn't have all the gear that I had now. You know, I had like three or four little amps and keyboard and a little recording device, and like that was it really. I didn't even have like a standalone multi-effects back then. Yeah, so I had this list done up of like the guitars I wanted to get for the studio to record with, and there's a dozen guitars on the list, you know, and the one I shook my head in it because it said like, you know, Les Paul type guitar, and really, you know, you shake your head at that. There's no way of doing that cheap and well. It's like, gosh, you know. And that's the one that I knew was going to be difficult, getting something that would, you know, because like I've had like Gibson Les Pauls. I have a love-hate relationship with Gibson Les Pauls. Really, they're the guitar that stops me in my tracks the most. Like, you know, the other day I was looking at fucking, I mean, the guitar that most recently stopped me in my tracks was like on video, was seeing like Jimmy Page's bloody Black Beauty, the 3-pickup Black Beauty, and it was like, oh, you know, seeing the crazing across, you know, oh god, and then like Jimmy Page like sold like other guitars he had to get it, because he said when he played it in the shop it felt like coming home, and I thought, I do know what you mean. You know, you know, it's like in myself I don't feel like I attained manhood until I owned a black Gibson Les Paul, but I'm through that now and I'm well past it. And you know, it's like I always go straight to the Les Pauls in the guitar shop and like pour over them, and it's like, don't often come away thinking, oh, that was nice. But you know, I've played a lot of Les Paul type guitars that just blow them out of the water. LTD really, like I'd go straight to them. And that, you know, you know, the EC256 I love. It's a bit thin to be like a proper Les Paul, and because it's thin, it lacks a bit of the sort of the gutsiness that. But anyway, first I went to this shop. I'd seen it at the night time walking the dog. It had guitars in the window, and I fucking went back when I had money in my pocket, and in my mind I could see my you know, my red candy apple red Japanese Fender Telecaster that I bought for like, you know, 100 quid or whatever it was, you know, years ago. In my head, I thought, oh, you know, but I was thinking, a Squire, you know, a nice, you know, Squire. I could see it, candy apple red sort of Telecaster, and I'm going to get a Squire, you know. Hopefully, I'm going to find a Squire. I'm going to find a telly, because they're 10 a penny. I'll find a telly, you know. And that's clearly what I went in the shop, like in my mind. Oh, I might find a telly, you know. And there was a few things on the wall. This was on the wall. And I sort of, it'd be a bolt on it, and it was set neck, and I was like, oh, and like, I'll have a look, you know, I'll have a look, still thought it'll be shit, and I played it, and straight away I thought, oh, this will be right. Didn't haggle with the guy, paid him straight off there and then, and we've had a good relationship ever since. He's now like my regular guitar broker, but this was the first one that I got, and it was like, what was it, July, August, September of like 2020. Yeah, 2020. We're in 22 now. It does my head in. Like, but yeah, and it so it was from there. And this has an amazing sound. I love this guitar. I've recorded it shitloads. We're now at the end of the guitarific equalizer. So you know, this is, yeah, we're now at that like the low end, and like it might sound a bit brighter than the other guitars, but that's because of the rig that I'm using today, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I can't speak highly of it enough. You might have noticed the one thing that it does that I was really capitalising on there. Right, I'm going to turn the tone all the way back on the neck pickup, and there's one particular fret. Ah, that's magic. I love that. So it has this like little G spot, you know, yeah, quite literally, and Yeah, love it. I love a guitar when it has like a bit of magic like that. And so yeah, I mean this gets used for solos a lot, and that note ends up being like kind of like everything revolves around it in the phrasing. But no, I love it. It's got a lovely rosewood fretboard, neck straight as a die. It's a nice like sturdy neck. It's a substantial neck. A shade slimmer than the one on the V, which is a substantial neck. So and it feels great. It's no volume. It's basically built like a Les Paul. I'll have to have a look at the tenor now. Well, I think I don't want to say it until I'm absolutely sure, but I do kind of vaguely remember thinking, oh my god, that's a long tenor. But I don't know 100%. I'll get back to that. Not that sort of thing is huge, but yeah, no, I don't know what more else to say. I tell you what. Oh, one thing I do have planned. Well, this has got a pickup set that I'm going to put in it, and I'm going to make a few changes to it. You'll see that when it's done. But I have to say, yeah, I paid 90 quid for it, and with a case, and I am happy with that as my Les Paul. Like I really don't care if I ever get another one. Okay, the rig we're using today, we are in that, and that's my Super Champ, and we're going from a crappy practice lead. Take the notes of that because that's going into the other thing. We're going from this crappy practice lead straight into the Super Champ, and I'm on blackface mode, and yeah, that's the rig that you've been hearing. So always a pleasure to show you these things. In fact, you can just see the Champ there, like that's the Champ there. So yeah, here we go. So for once I'm just going straight into a valve amp, no silly technology. And absolutely no effects either to help me out, just raw valve talent. So yeah, that's that. So we've completed it now. We've done, what is it, 11 guitars. There's only one left on the wall, which is the Samick, which you've had a quick look at, and when that's built I'll put that up as well. So I do hope you've enjoyed the journey. I must say I'd be very interested to see your Armoury. Leave a link in the comments if you whack a video up and show us your guitars, because I'm always interested to see if there's anything you'd like to know about any of the guitars that I've shown you, or if you want to be clued in, if like one crops up the same, if you're like, oh my god, I really want one of those, let me know if you see one. Say, and I will, because they do crop up a lot. Bless you. The guitar that I showed you last time, I had the chance for a black one, not long after I got the orange one. So, these things do crop up. I'll try and find the AXL, like Les Paul style guitar, and put that on the thumbnail so you can judge for yourself. But it's like, I don't really know what it is. It's a tough one. So, what am I going to be showing you next? Well, you'll have to see that when it occurs. But yeah, I'm glad to show you the Les Paul into a nice valve amp for a change, because it's been a lot of technology the last couple of times you looked, and it's nice to just get back to basics. where I belong really. It's just that, like, you know, it's like it's lunchtime here, and you know everyone's at work, so I can crank it up a bit. So I don't really have the chance often to let loose on the champion, even though it's not turned up enough as it should be. But yeah. So I've got the bass guitars to show you. That I'll do in one episode. I'll probably do a Tone Tuesday about the because I've got a pair of precision basses to show you. But yeah, but that's about it. So take care out there. There was something I was going to say. I can't remember. Yeah, we'll just go slowly. Lovely hot chocolate. I'm going to go and make some lunch. I've been at it since 5 this morning. Like getting these tunes together, and I've just basically finished programming all the scenes in the Line 6. Wow. And so yeah. Anyway, Les Paul.